knitting successes and failures. That's what we're going to talk about today. Hello everyone. I am excited to be back. My name is Christy Archer of Christy Archer Designs, and this is my knitting podcast. I am coming to you from Southern California in the desert, and we're still hitting our triple digits. Very, very warm, but that's why I'm wearing a tank top today and not hand knits. Welcome. If you are new here, thank you so much for giving my channel a try. I hope you enjoy your visit with me today. And if you are a returning viewer, you know how much I appreciate you and all of the comments you leave me. I enjoy chatting with you. I did want to give a quick shout out to a new viewer, Starzy. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoy another podcast. Okay, so today, this is episode number 33 for me, and today I am going to be chatting about the projects that I've been working on. I think it's been 2 weeks since I podcast last, and in that time, I have had a couple of knitting successes. Well, I've had one knitting success and a couple of knitting failures, which I don't really want to call them failures because they're not failures. They just didn't work as I had intended. And so I am going to be making some changes on those, and we're going to discuss that and then discuss a couple of future knitting projects that I would like to work on as well. So with that said, we're going to jump straight into my one and only FO. The past 2 weeks were really busy. We had an event at work and I was doing some sewing for that. I did make a decision. This is a little bit of life stuff real quick. I did make a decision to cut way back on my work hours. So I am going to be able to get caught up on all things knitting, and I'm really excited about that. So hopefully I'll be able to come back more often. But my knitting success is I made another, sorry, I'm looking at my notes. I made another holiday slipover by Petite Knit, and I once again did it out of Lion Brands, and the collaboration between Lion Brand and Two of Wands, the Hue and Me yarn line. And this one I made up in colorway Desert, and I am, make sure I can get the fold lines out of it. I am very, very pleased with the way this has turned out. It is such a fun pattern. I am so excited for it to get cool enough, maybe, for me to wear it. It is, I'm folding it up, I don't know why, I just have it. I did make this up in another colorway, Cement. I did this up in the colorway Cement. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. And then I do have one more colorway I'm going to be making it up in, and it is black. I think it's called Wolf. I can't remember, and I didn't bring it. So anyway, this is a top-down construction. You start with the back, work down, you pick up stitches for the left shoulder, and then you pick up stitches for the right shoulder, and you work the increases for the neck, join both of those, work down, work the increases for the arms, and then you join, work in the round for just a very short period. It has an elongated armhole, and so you only have to do a little bit of in the round knitting right there, and then you split for a 1x1 hem. It is supposed to have a longer hem in the back than in the front, but I was running short on yarn I don't know why I ran short this time, but yeah, anyway, I was able to get it with the hem being the same length in the back, and it's still just as cute and just as wearable. I am going to be doing a video showing how I style my vests. That is to come. But for now, I will say that throw a little t-shirt under here and some jeans and you're good to go, which is most likely how I will wear it most of the time. Either a short sleeve tee or a long sleeve tee, but this is such a fun pattern. And I think I made my daughter's, yeah, I made one for my daughter as well in the color agave. Pretty sure it was an agave, and she loves it. It's so, so cute. So very, very pleased with this. I do highly recommend the pattern, and I did make modifications. I'm sorry. Let me start again. For the neck, I did not pick up an extra stitch. I just decreased one stitch, so it made me one stitch shorter than what the pattern called for. I knit the number of rows it called for. Then when I went to do the neckline increases, I had to do an extra 2 rows to get caught up there. So there were 2 extra rows up here and 2 extra rows down here, which made the neckline wider and deeper. That took a bit to get out, but well worth it, because if you look at a lot of people's patterns, the neckline is a very, very, very tight crew neck. And I know that there were some people that didn't care for that particular design feature. All right, let me pull my notes back up. Okay, so that is the Holiday Slipover by Petite Knit. Whips, this is where we get into some success and failures. So this is the time of year I wear cardigans year round, but I really wanted to start making some cardigans, and I had bought yarn to make my pattern, Sticks and Stones, and so I started making that. And it's not a failure. Let me start there. It is not a failure. It's working up exactly as it should. I'm using the same yarn that I used the first time I made it. What I didn't like about it was I'm just really in the mood for a V-neck cardigan right now, and the Sticks and Stones cardigan is a crew neck. It's making up beautifully, and of course it's all bunched up on needles, but I love the color. This is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes in Cobblestone. It is the non-superwash. I do like non-superwash. I love working with non-superwash because I love being able to spit splice as I go and not have a bunch of messy ends on the inside. So it is working up beautifully, and I will probably finish this one. It just wasn't really what I was in the mood for right now. So, oh, and I forgot to mention, this is the next to the smallest size, but my stitch gauge is tighter. The recommended stitch gauge is 10 stitches per 4 inches, and I have 11 stitches per 4 inches. So mine is actually smaller than the second size. I didn't measure it to see what it finished out as. That was how I did my other one. And for my daughter's, I did hers the smallest size with a tighter stitch gauge. So anyway, yeah, that's that. On this, I am doing the size 36. I think I cast on for a 36, but I wanted this one to be a little looser. So I think I'm going to do a lot of positive ease and, I did. So I knit more raglan shaping. That's what it was. So I think I knit to a size 38 for the raglan shaping. And I did do short rows on this one for neck shaping. And yeah, so that is this one. And like I said, I'm sure I will go back and finish this. I was just really craving a V-neck. That said, let me show you what I did next. And this one was the failure. So if you are not familiar with Petite Knit's patterns, her patterns generally, not all of them, because the holiday slipover fits me just fine, but a lot of her patterns run really large, and I am aware of this, and I usually go down a size, if not two. And on this particular pattern, this is the Champagne Cardigan by Petite Knit, and I wanted an oversized, kind of like a university, just, I don't know, just a very loose V-neck cardigan, just something very, like a boyfriend kind of fit. And so I went ahead and did the second size, and it is just massive. It is so big. The arms come all the way down here, and that is 2 inches shorter than what was called for in the pattern. So, sorry, my air just turned off. So this is my Champagne Cardigan, and I stopped with once I got to the end of the skein after separating for sleeves, or separating these sleeves, I wanted to do the sleeve because it looked like it was too big. So I just wanted to verify, and yeah, it's massive, massive, massive. This is out of Knit Picks Upcycle Alpaca Blend yarn, and I do enjoy working with this yarn. I think that I do have one just basic raglan sweater I made out of it, and it is a tiny bit, it has a tiny bit of a bite to it next to skin, so I wouldn't call it super soft, but it's not that bad. So anyway, I thought a cardigan would be really good because I will have something, it will be over something. But this is definitely going to be frogged, and I'm going to start over. Now what I'm going to do with it is, I think I'm just going to do what I would normally do for a raglan. I'm going to go up a little bit larger in size than what I would normally do for my normal fit raglan. And I'm just going to do a basic V-neck raglan. I'm going to not really follow the pattern. I'm just going to do my own thing. But what I'm going to do is kind of mimic the style of the Champagne Cardigan. I do like the really long, it has a 4-inch cuff on the sleeves. I do like that, and I will be doing that. And it has a real wide cuff for the hem, and it has a double knit band. So those are the things that I will be copying. But as far as the fit of the cardigan and the instructions for the basic instructions, I'm just going to do what I know will fit me. And it does have a weird kind of, I don't want to say weird, that's probably not the right word, but it is an unusual shaping for the raglan. So it's standard here. So you're increasing on either side of the raglan stitches every other round. But down here, you're only increasing for the body every other round, and you're no longer increasing for the arms. And I'm sure it's because the arms are just huge. I mean, that is, let's see, did I do, don't really have a sleeve on this one, but just, and this is large because like I said, I went larger than I normally do. I'm just kind of feeling the oversized vibe right now, but I don't know if this is going to show or not. I'm gonna try. It is just, it's a lot larger. And the decreases are not very often, which I would be doing more decreases. So I wish I had my other standard fit cardigan here. But anyway, it's a good 2 to 4 inches larger around than what I would normally do. I do want oversized, so it will be larger than this by a little bit, but certainly not this large. Let me see if I can put it on and you guys can see. I mean, it is just, it is so big. And like I said, when I'm standing up, the sleeves actually fall down past my fingertips, and that's only with a 2-inch. And I do like the really wide. And I don't mind, I think when I'm done, I'd like it to hit like my knuckles. So I do want that oversized feel to it. But yeah, this one's just too big. So that is my knitting fail for the week, or 2 weeks now. But that said, I was going to frog these, but I wanted to talk about them before I frogged them. So I was like, well, I really need something to kind of work on. So I bought, and I'm pretty sure it is a new release. This is My Favorite Things Knitwear Camisole number 9. And the first time I saw it, which has been like within the past month or so it's a fairly new release, I believe. I immediately knew I wanted to make it. I have the yarn in stash that it calls for. That said, my first one, I did not use the called for yarn, but I am loving this. It is 30 stitches per 4 inches. So it is not a fast project, but I feel like it's going to be one of those finished objects that I am going to reach for all the time. It is a staple. It will be beautiful under cardigans. It will be beautiful by itself. It's as a matter of fact, it's funny that I'm wearing this. The camisole number 9, obviously I'll pop pictures up of everything that I'm talking about, but it's shaped very, very similar to the my favorite tank tops. I wear these all the time and it's shaped very, very similarly. So this is how far I have gotten, and there are the armholes. It looks a lot bigger, like a deeper neckline than what this is, but the picture, from the pictures, it looks like it's going to end the armholes are a lot longer. But maybe I know once I do the neck binding and armhole binding, that's going to take up some, but I don't think it's going to take up as much. So it may be a little longer as far as the openings are concerned. But oh my gosh, I am loving this. I'm so glad I went ahead and got it. It does have weird construction that I will talk about. But okay, so when I'm dropping some stitches. This is done on, so if you don't like working with tiny needles, this is not for you, but it is done on, I'm pretty sure it's 2.5 millimeter, 1.5 millimeter, and sorry, I'm gonna have to put my glasses on. and I had to order 2 of the needles. Go to the pattern real quick. Okay, so it's a 3 millimeter needle, 2.5 millimeter needle, and a 2 millimeter needle, which is US 2.5, US 1.5, and US 0. That's what I was thinking. Tiny little needles, but I am loving every stitch of it. I was able to get done in probably about 8 hours the whole top portion and joined in the round and got like maybe a 1/2 inch around. That wasn't that bad. Once you reach the stockinette of the body and just you're working down, it does take a little bit. I think, let's see, no, maybe not. Okay, so this is, and I think the next one that I do, I will construct it differently, use the numbers, but construct it differently. So the way it is written, you cast on for the straps, you knit until you start increasing for the neckline, and then you do the other, well, you do the left side first, then the right side, join for the neck. Once you reach the neck depth, you join, and then you work the armhole increases, and then you put that on hold. This is where it gets weird. I mean, it's kind of weird starting in the front, and I wasn't crazy about that. However, from there, what you are supposed to do is pick back up the straps, and then you work increases for the neck shaping in the back. So you've got this piece here, and then you've got this piece here, this little tiny piece, then you break it again. So you're just knitting this tiny little portion, then you go over here and you knit this tiny little portion, then you cast on, you know, your stitches and pick these back up and work back and forth. It just seemed kind of like an odd way of constructing it. I will, for my next one, do the back starting at the neckline, and then the number of stitches that you end with right here is what I will pick up. I will do my decreases, then I will knit straight, then I will do my increases and then join. That just makes more sense to me than having these little tiny pieces. It's extra fabric or extra yarn to weave in, and it just seemed, like I said, kind of odd. A mistake that I made on this that I have never done before, and I just thought it was really odd of me to do that. That said, I was watching TV, and long story short, this strap, when I joined it, I twisted it. So I had to cut and pick up stitches, knit a few more rows, and then graft it together so that I could untwist it. I've never done that before, but I wasn't paying close attention. Like I said, I was knitting. Has anybody ever done that before? That was not clever, in my opinion. Not smart of me, but okay. So this is being knit out of Lana Grossa Eco Puno, which is a cotton merino alpaca blend. I am obsessed with this yarn. I love, 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 love everything about this yarn. I discovered it when I was on vacation, and as soon as I got back from vacation, this was last year, I went online and bought more. So this one is in colorway number 15, and then I will be making 2 more of these out of that same yarn, and this is colorway Let me take the tag off so I can just read all of the information to you first of all. Okay, this is colorway number 13. And if you know me, you know that I love this. And I don't know why it looks like my lighting has gone dark. I hope it hasn't. I hope it's just my imagination. Okay, so this is 72% cotton, 17% merino, virgin merino wool, and 11% baby alpaca. So there's the tag. And yeah, really excited about doing the blue one. You guys know I love my blue. And this brown color is really pretty. I don't normally do warm browns, and this one isn't super warm, but it's definitely warmer than what I would normally pick. But online, you can't really tell, you know? And this is colorway number 17. And oh, I'm so excited to wear these. I am also going to be knitting, if it's not camisole number 9, which I really think I'm going to enjoy that. So I know that's going to be a lot of camisole number 9s in my closet, but like I said, it's just a style that I reach for all the time. So the called for yarn is Knitting for Olive Merino. Oh, okay, these are all cotton merino. I thought I had straight merino. I know I do. That must have been the baby blue. Okay, so I'm going to be doing Knitting for Olive, cotton merino, which is even better for these tanks. I'm kind of glad it's the cotton. And it is in colorway Koala. Love it. And then Knitting for Olive, cotton merino. This colorway is Oatmeal. And another same thing, and this is color Slate. And excuse my short nails, I broke 2 nails this week and had to cut the rest of them off. I hope my screen didn't just go dark on me. If it did, I apologize. I just got my new phone in yesterday, and I'm still learning settings and everything on this new one. So, okay, let's see. So that was FOs, whips. I touched on a little bit of future knitting plans. So I ordered some yarn. Lion Brand had a sale for their Schitt's Creek yarn. It is a 200-gram skein of worsted weight yarn. I got them for $2 a skein. So that's basically $1 a skein of yarn. It's 100% acrylic. I'm hoping it will not pill. I hate with a passion pilling. So I ordered enough to do 4 raglan cardigans. I got a white, a gray, black, and this gorgeous, really soft, baby, blushy color. It's like the color of ballet pink, but it's super, super, super light. I'm really excited about all of those. So those will be in on Thursday. I will definitely share those on my next podcast. If I do not do a camisole number 9 with these, I may just make up a basic t-shirt pattern for myself. And because I think I'll have too much yarn for the camisole. And so I think this might be good for just basic t-shirts. I'm wanting to make things that I can wear under my cardigans and stuff that I can wear hopefully year round. With these all being cotton wool blends, I'm hoping that I can do them in our 120 degree temps here in the desert. So yeah, those are kind of my future plans. So I guess that's it for today. Yeah, that's it. I am going to finish up this camisole number 9 and hope that I love it as much as I believe I'm going to, and we'll definitely be casting on some more. What are you currently working on? Have you had any fails recently? And if so, what did you learn from your fails? I think for me, I just kind of learned to trust my numbers, my magic numbers, as far as knitting. I know petite knit patterns like her cardigans and sweaters and everything, they just run so large, and I just need to trust myself. As I was working on this, even before I separated, I was like, oh, this looks really big, and I should have just listened to myself. But I am not one to shy away from frogging. I have done a lot of frogging in my time. I would rather the project be something that I'm actually going to wear. So it does not make me sad at all to frog. And I just feel like I get to work with the yarn that much longer, and I really do like the color of this yarn. Oh, and I did not say the color of this one is Celeste. So if you like this color, you can go on the Knit Picks website. And I just feel like I learn. So that's why I don't like calling it a failure. It's a learning opportunity. So yeah, that is it for today. I have cut back on my working hours, so I do feel for sure that I will be back again next week, and will continue coming on a weekly basis. That's kind of my goal, and share with you what I am able to accomplish this week. And like I said, tell me what you're working on. Just pop a little hi. You don't have to say a lot. Just let me know that you've stopped by and have hung out with me. And if you have enjoyed this video, I would really like for you to take a quick second and click the like button, give it a thumbs up. And if you are not already following, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel and come back and visit with me often. I love sharing my patterns, my projects and everything with you guys. And I love hearing about what you're working on. I love suggestions. If you have a pattern that you think would just fit right into where my brain kind of is right now, definitely let me know in the comments section. And until next time, happy knitting. And yeah, I will see you again soon. Bye.